Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent His messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion. That is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to demand you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 438th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for Justice and World Peace here on Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. This is a production of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Cremond, and I'll be host once again in this wonderful series of workshops. And once again, we have the honor of being joined with members and support members of the Universal Council, who will be presenting today's program. So without further ado, a little bit of further ado while I get the program up here. Hang on 1 second or two. And I will share that. And now we can begin at the beginning.
Thank you.
With Shweta.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dear beautiful souls, do you remember? We walked together. There was path of thorn. Our hearts were broken. And there was no peace at all. But after that also, we never forget to fall in love again and again and again. Do you remember that? I remember. Now, I am in a garden of love. Every leaf, every flower, every atom of the soil also understand me now. They know me. Do you know that? Here, after this path of thorn and heartbroken, now there's so peace here. You know that? My eyes are again filled with promises of love. I see you. Are you coming? Please come. We will talk again like we have talked eons before of love, only love. And this garden is so beautiful. You can't even imagine. This is the home. Do you have, do you need an arrow of love so that I can send you a message? So welcome beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Suswagatam into the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful garden energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the beautiful energy of universal love. Welcome to the oneness of the one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome, welcome to all that is love, all souls in love. Welcome. Suswagat. Salam. Namaste. Salute. Thank you. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude from the core of my heart and soul for being present here always. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, this is the Keshe coin. Well, it's a background image or meme that has been produced, and I'll play the video excerpt on that now. This will be from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop, starting at the 1 hour, 20-minute mark. Okay, let me share that now. Okay, here we go.
In a world of boundless potential, we have often forgotten our most precious resource. Mothers who dream of a better life for their children, yet face the harsh reality of lack and need. Food, medicine, clothing, and education, the basic pillars of human dignity, remain out of reach for so many. Humanity has forgotten the value of the child, but that is about to change. Introducing Keshe Coin, not just a currency, but a humanitarian digital infrastructure designed to restore dignity to every human being. It begins where life begins, with the recognition of every child's inherent value. The initial step. Upon birth registration, every child receives 1,000 Keshe coins, subject to conditions. With each coin valued at €1,000, the path to a dignified life is opened. Access to food, healthcare, and growth is guaranteed. This is powered by a secure global blockchain network, a digital foundation built for humanity. An infrastructure of validator nodes and transparent data, ensuring that resources reach those who need them most. From the shadows of poverty, we see the first light of transformation. Families gaining the security they deserve. Education becomes a right, not a privilege. Knowledge grows through humanity, opening doors to a new future. We are building a world where social well-being is the standard, where every home is safe and every clinic is functioning. This is the realistic future we achieve through knowledge, technology, and the unwavering pursuit of peace. A functioning global network of human value, connecting one planet, one nation, one race. The transformation is real. It is the recognition that our collective future depends on the value we place on each other. Keshe Coin restores the dignity that was lost, creating a legacy of opportunity for the generations to come. Peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is the presence of justice and value. One planet, one nation, one race. A singular vision for a unified humanity. As we find peace on Earth, we look toward the stars. Our potential is no longer bound by our struggle. Peace opens the path to the universe. Knowledge leads us into the infinite. Keshe Coin, because the value of humanity begins with the child, and our peace opens the path to the stars. Join us in building the future. Keshe Coin, one planet, one nation, one race.
All right, that's the Keshe Coin latest video. And that was our excerpt from the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. Okay, let me get back to our presentation.
Rick, thank you for that. So this is Dean, a support member for the Universal Council, and I've been present for a little while now. So I'd like to read this because it's always important. I think it's important for all of us. This is the fundamental ethos of the creation point for all of us, and whichever way you look at it, as a planet, a nation, or a race. A race for some civilizations, some peoples, has a different meaning because they've suffered in certain ways, and that they this word means something else. However, if you look outside of this and you understand that the words are meant on a bigger totality. It's not meant for anything that's within a structure that has already taken place in the past times. So one planet, one nation, one race event. It's the World Peace Treaty. And it's one of the most important things I think we've ever, as humanity, written. And when I say we, I mean the Keshe Foundation and the Universal Council and their members and support members who've put themselves forward to create these wonderful pieces of intention for all of us to be guided by and to interact with in our daily lives, in the moment, and throughout the whole structure of our creation point. And it's become very, very significant, this World Peace Treaty, because we have so many interactions going on around the planet from various groups of entities that would like to create other conditions. As you know, with the Foundation and the World Peace Treaty, we tend to go to the positive. We like to speak about the positive aspects of being present and not just concentrate on the negative side, because what you feed, what you focus on is what you tend to receive. So if you notice with the Foundation, they always go to the positive end, even in the most extreme moments when everything seems very, very difficult and the world is in a certain position. The Foundation always goes to the positive as much as possible. There's always going to be times where you have no choice. However, the World Peace Treaty is we as citizens from this earth, from this moment on, except to lay down all tools of aggression and war. We shall never think about getting involved or incite war or develop or use any tools of war on this planet or in space. And to this we agree and swear with our nation, our territory, council, religion, city, town, body, and soul. So we've read the words of the World Peace Treaty, very simple words, but they mean and function in a way that is the totality of the understanding for us to become peaceful. Because when we lay down those arms that are creating this particular condition around the planet, and we feed off of it, so we all breathe the same air, as we know, in a physical form. And when we breathe this air in, if half the world is consumed by creating mayhem, then we have to receive that energy source from the atmosphere. Because what I breathe in, I have to deal with. And what I breathe out, you have to deal with. It's the same for each and every one of us. So the World Peace Treaty really is very important for each of us to understand the ethos of the Foundation and the ethos of the Universal Council, the Earth Council, all the knowledge seekers. They've come to understand that peace is a prerequisite of being part of a bigger totality. And when we understand this, and we understand the position that we have as citizens of this earth, we realize we can create as we wish. So if you are constantly looking at certain medias or certain informations that are just flowing to you constantly, your field strength, your interactions will be directed towards that condition. Whereas if you choose to be peaceful and you redirect your energy flow, your intentions to another position, you can create that position. So, and I know it's very difficult in today's modern age where we have certain electrical gadgets and many, many different ways of communication that are all directed and sadly controlled so that you have no choice. However, you do have a choice because you are an unlimited soul, the unlimited soul of man, and you can achieve anything you wish with your thoughts, your actions, and when you speak it. So the World Peace Treaty, thank you, Rick, for putting it up. So the World Peace Treaty we see here, the intention is everything. The moment that you think something, in fact, before you think it, there are certain souls present on planet Earth and all around that know it before you even think it. Really know it. And you have a field strength of intention. So when we all come together, as we do, with our intentions and thoughts to create the World Peace Treaty, we become unlimited, not limited by other limitations that are placed within our path to build a certain reality. Go within, calm yourself, do whatever you need to create this peace. Be with your family, with your friends, be in nature, be in a city, whatever it is for you to become peaceful within inside yourself. Create that peace. And then when you create that with the intention, in that moment, that exact moment, sign it with your soul. What does that mean? So if you really, really mean it and wish this with pure intention, this is what the soul loves. This is what the universe loves. This is what all of us love. When we understand this, we can create. So sign physically, if you wish, you can print this out and you can sign it. Signature it, date it, give yourself a position if you wish. And you can also do it on behalf of the nation's territory, council, religion, city, town, and individual. I know this has been done by the Universal Council quite some time ago, where the whole of humanity was signed into this particular moment. However, it always is a beauty when we decide in this moment to create this peace within so that we can have it witnessed. You know, we have a field strength. We decide in the moment to do this. And then the witness is, maybe you've done it physically, is the soul of man, which is unlimited and is connected to all the other souls. Whether we like it or not, it is so. And so that field strength and that knowledge, that enhanced knowledge, that understanding has created a whole new dimension of beauty outside of the physical body, and from a centralized, beautiful core element of the soul of man, which is pure energy, within. It's sat in our structure, in our very body structure. And when we connect to it, that peace will grow and become more and more and more. It will come to a position where we will have no choice. we will have no choice other than to become peaceful. And the more that we understand this, the more that, the sooner in this moment, so right now, in this particular moment, we have peace, no matter the circumstances that we find ourselves in. Because when we find ourselves in a circumstance and it's outside of us, we'll be controlled by the environment in the body. When we decide in that particular moment to go inside ourselves, connect to whomever you need to connect to, or whatever you need to connect to, whatever it is that brings you peace, or brings you clarity, and brings you wisdom of understanding, just a moment. You know, when we all have those moments in life where something touches us, and you remember it your whole life, becomes an imprint, becomes a memory. But those very powerful, those memories, because they become a belief. And then if you use that belief to understand the peace is a creation point of immense beauty. And you can create it in this precise moment with a thought, an intention, and then speak it, at any moment to yourself and to others. And that is the power, part of the power, of being present in the moment and understanding that peace is always created in the precise moment that I decide. And we can be individuals, we can be a nation, we can be a species, we can be humanity, or we can be a planet. We can be as we wish. Many of this has been understood for a long time by the knowledge seekers. And this is why we share this knowledge, and we create that peace for each of us to experience and to pass that light on to the next, so that we all become, as humanity, as the whole of creation, one beauty in this precise moment. So sign the World Peace Treaty with your soul, sign it with a pen, sign it however you would like, and then display it in a place that feels best for you. It could be, you could put it on the wall if you sign it physically for everybody to see it, or you can sign it with your heart and soul and wear it bravely around yourself. No one sees it, but you know it's there. You feel it. You become it. You are this. You are peaceful in this moment. Thank you, Rick. Would anybody else like to say something about the peace treaty? Mark, would you like to say something? Thank you.
Not really, Dean. Thank you for that nice excerpt in a way. I'll yield my time if anyone else would like to share something. If not, we move to the next section.
I want to say, also I welcome all our beautiful souls to can open their mic and microphone and say something. Beautiful souls, you're so much welcome. And of course, the Keshe coin is a manifestation of cosmic love, world peace after yawns came. And now we know. So this is so beautiful. So enjoy. We are all. And as the cosmic rays spreads in all directions and reaches in the needed portion, we know how it will work. Thank you. Thank you, Dean, my dear. Thank you so much. And beautiful souls, you are so much welcome. You can say, you want to say anything about World Peace Treaty, about Keshe coin. You are welcome. Welcome.
Shweta, thank you for that. So, Rick, can we didn't really speak about the Keshe coins. Do you want to go back one slide and we can have a little discussion about that, about the this position? Yeah. So, thank you, Rick. So, this is an incredibly important document. Really, really study it a little bit. Just let's be present with it for a moment. First of all, we see the Universal Council in the top left-hand corner, and that is representing a very large community, a family, united in peace as one nation, one planet, and one race, which we've discussed. And then we have the next part of it. We have it's like an earth part. This is the Keshe coin, the Earth Council. So depending upon where you would like to position yourself, this whole structure has it covered for the soul of man, unlimited, and the embodiment, that the beauty of man in a physical form, and it combines them both into a way of constructing a way of living in a physical form from birth, so that every child will receive a certain initial piece of capital, whatever you would like to call it. We're saying it's Keshe coins, so that it is supported from the moment it comes into physical form. And this is then given as something that you can receive the whole of the life cycle of man. So what does this do? This creates a condition where my own parents, they're beautiful parents, they worked incredibly hard, and they had to do much to create, to be able to feed the family, pay the rent, the food, medical bills, and all the other things, everything that we have to do in the physical world. And they did that the best they could, and went through many, many conditions because of the environment and everything else that is structured around this. This is given the opportunity for the parents to be able to bring forward a child in physicality and have it looked after in every aspect of its physicality, so that they don't have to go out looking to function in a certain way, to be able to bring energies to that child. And that creates a whole new world of opportunity for the family. Because if you're not constantly trying to create a financial flow or whatever it is of energy to actually give your family what they require, then everything changes for you. The family suddenly becomes supported, not just in its own creation point, but by exterior other families, because it's not just one family, it's the family of man. So you're going to have this very wonderful position where every family is going to feel the same. And what does that then do? When children get together, when they go to schools and education and things, and sometimes one has a lot and sometimes one doesn't, and you get this emotional imbalance. Imagine that's no longer there. Everybody is equal. So the education and the growth is on another level. It's a balanced, beautiful stream of energy that creates wealth within and wealth for the family, so that they can expand and live in a way that is constructive for the family and for the community, the communities, and then for the nations, and then for the planet. So this is the Earth Council's Keshe coin. It gives us, looking further down here, the human value, equality and peace. It's a very beautiful construction that has been extensively designed by the foundation, by Mr. Keshe, and brought forward to create a beautiful environment for humanity to flourish within. Many people are going to understand this as a transformation of energy that doesn't require everybody to go hunting for financial rewards to be able to live a life of whichever you feel you need. Because even with this, some people need much money. They believe they need much money. And some don't need this. Even if you gave some people a lot of money, they wouldn't use it because they don't feel the need for it. They live in a different field strength. They live in a different way. Some of us require this and some of us do not. When we have this transformation of the value of a proposal in the Keshe thought, as you see here, from the gold through the knowledge, the human value, the coin, it means that you can receive what you need in that moment. So if you require some energy through eating, or you need a home to live in, or you need some education, you suddenly realize that you would like some knowledge in this direction because you feel this, it feels connected to you, then you can receive exactly what you require. And that is a big change because you don't have to go out resourcing to find it. You don't have to go out and sacrifice other parts of your physical form to be able to function in a way that will enhance your life, because you have to give much energy away to create something to so you can have what you think you need. So that's a very big key change. And for me, when I look at this this wonderful image on the screen, a future where no child is left behind. It begins with human value. It grows with knowledge and evolves towards peace. So there's a peace program written there that will be structured. So even if we don't have that in this precise moment across the whole planet, this will take a position because you have a piece that is built into this that will automatically create this once we step into this structure. And you will find that the people that step into this structure will be incredibly peaceful, and they will receive all. And because they're receiving everything they need, they will be creators on a grand scale. You know, when someone feels loved, completely loved from birth, and they receive everything they need, they don't go through traumas and emotional problems with parents that create mayhem later on in life. And we've all experienced this. Certain of us, some of us, some of us not, and that's a beautiful thing. But many of us have experienced this. And this is not looking to the negative. This is looking at what the current structure provides. When this structure comes in, humanity is going to receive a different understanding, a different ethos, and it's baked in, it's built from the ground up. And then from that ground up, when that child receives this emotional support from the moment it's born, you have a very healthy emotional soul being human and others, because this isn't just for humans. I think this will extend out to all our vertical friends and horizontal friends, being the plants and the animals and everything else, will feel this, because the interactions will create this the moment that these interactions take place. So this supported technology and advanced materials from the cosmic ray materials. And we know Mr. Keshe has brought this forward, and we know this is present, and this is being positioned, and many people are experiencing this. This knowledge and this Keshe coin, when it is released, will change the entire structure of this planet, because it is not based on greed for a few. It is based on a structure that gives to all of us for whatever you need. And for some of you, if you want lavish lifestyles, go ahead, have your life, be this. But once you receive everything, do you need it? Will you need it? Because when you become emotionally balanced, cosmic ray technology feeding us the emotions that from the elements of the environment of the planet Earth that we've received from birth, through the emotional interactions with our family and friends and everybody else, all those connections, when they are balanced out, will we need more? Will we need this? Will we need this confirmation of existence in that way? Or will we become more peaceful and live in a unity and a beauty that creates wealth within for all? It's a different structure. It's a beauty. It's a creation point that is actually right in front of our eyes right now. And so let's go to, sorry, I'm taking a little bit of time here, but let's go to the key statements. So the Knowledge Seekers Workshop 306, 2019. Why should value be determined from outside? What helps humanity create value by itself? And I think just looking at what's on the screen, we are answering that question now. So the Knowledge Seekers Workshop 602, 2025. We support Keshe Coin by Cosmic Ray. Gold has value on Earth. Gold has value on Earth. So as we interact in this new environment, as this seed grows and it becomes more relevant to each and every one of us, we are going to start to interact in different ways, and we're going to have a universal family that are going to be with us. They're already with us, but they're going to be more with us. They're going to take a position of being able to really help humanity. They already do in vast ways that we really don't realize. But they will be able to interact much more, because the peace in man will create this condition where the universal family can be present and show themselves more. So this was the 2026, the Knowledge Seekers Workshop 634. And then we have 634, the same one. The Keshe coin is a peace currency. Its goal is to establish equality and peace in the world. What a wonderful, incredible thing. Energy, construction, beauty to bring forward for each and every one of us. And whom amongst us does not wish for this, for each and every one of us within the family? The family of man, which is connected to the family of the stars. We're all part of it. We know this. And we're coming to understand the beauty of the soul connected to the physicality that is the seed that was set, the magnetic field that was brought forward some moments ago, and like the magnets, when you put magnets together, they get attracted or redirected in the opposite direction. But they all have to find a position. And this position is being brought forward in these moments for all of us to re-establish connections of immense beauty and understand the absolute creation point that we are in this moment, from an atom, from a cell in your body to a universe, is all the same process. So when this technology and this ethos touches a cell in your body, it creates universes. You have those universal knowledge contained within your structure. And when you connect with it, you connect with the whole of totality. And you can do it in a physical form with this Keshe coin and being in a human form. Or if you wish, you can connect to the Universal Council and the Universal Community with your intentions and your thoughts in any moment that you wish. And it is a beautiful thing, and it is a realization and an ongoing commitment to the soul of man, which is the beauty. And you can receive it in precisely this moment. All are welcome. All are welcome. They always are. And please be part of it and understand the beauty of what is on the table and what is being positioned for humanity to receive in this moment. And we thank Mr. Keshe, the foundation, and all the creations and all the knowledge seekers and everybody that are involved, that dedicate their lives, their soul to bringing this forward. The people on the panel here, the people that are here all the time, giving constantly. You have to realize the beauty of their souls and what they've brought forward and what they do tirelessly from one moment to the next, and they don't stop. And that is the beauty of these wonderful souls that are present. And I thank you all, and we all thank you all for the beauty that you bring forward. So I think I've spoken enough now. If anybody else would like to say something, please do, or we can go on to the next thing. Thank you, Rick. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Dean. I'd like to address a question in YouTube right now, or some comments from someone called the Chris Heatherdom Trust is the name. And the comments go, my friend and I wrote the De-Oppressor Liber Worldwide Peace Declaration as per the Law of War Manuals in February of 2024 that was hand-delivered to the 9 admirals of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Navy Command at a perchance meeting in New Mexico on the 10th of February 2024. It was also delivered to all the top brass of the Australian military. I've created an even deeper peace treaty that I wrote and sent to you guys, but no response or replies. What was it? Because I didn't send a donation? I also created a hybrid hedge fund quantum trader that can turn 1 million into 1 billion in 4 days. And I built it to give it to the whole world so everyone has the opportunity to excel, not just those at certain tables. Further comment, Keshe products are priced out of the ordinary, everyday people's reach. Great sales pitch, LOL. So what would you have to say, folks of the Universal Council, about the Chris Heatherton Trust people? Why don't you think they got a response from the Keshe Foundation?
First of all, I want to say about the World Peace Treaty we made, there is no word like deep, as he said, more deep. It is the level of understanding. It is written in a piece of paper. So there is, you have, I don't know, you have understood it properly or not, but if you are saying more deeper, there is no competition here. And there is no such thing as one piece more deeper and more deeper. That is the wrong way to approach. And then you are saying the products, and you have sent, you have mentioned, but there is, if there is a need of donation here, my dear, yes, the donation is needed, but not like this. If you understand the piece, then it is needed, of course. Anybody randomly can't come and say, I'm donating it, give me something. Like that. This is a knowledge, a universal knowledge. You have to understand that. In peace, of course. Deep or not deep, it is to understand. You have to yourself understand. You understand that? And Keshe Foundation products are expensive. It is. As without, how the physical manifestation works for now. But what have you asked or said about anything about the Keshe coin, No, you didn't ask about it, not said about it. So first you need this wisdom of this knowledge, my dear beautiful soul. How much peace, how deep you understand, it is your understanding. And many, many things in Keshe Foundation is manifesting in a way it should be. So charity in physicality has given worse things to people. Here, we understand the need of humanity. So, my dear, trust, trust everything. Trust in love, trust in knowledge. So, I also welcome you again to sign the peace treaty here in Keshe Foundation. Understand that with your soul pen, with your pen, and join us. Understand how deep it is. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. I would like to add something as well regarding this comment. Rick, what's the name of this guy? Does he have a name? I didn't recall it.
It's from the. It just has a name of Chris Heatherdom Trust. Chris Heatherdom Trust. I don't know if this is Chris or not. It's related to the trust. There's a couple of people involved apparently.
Yeah, but I would like to tell him he's been really good. I mean, very active. Definitely the Keshe Foundation need people that are very, very active. So, like Mr. Keshe said, the doers. So, definitely I will recommend him if he thinks he's got something to add to what we're already doing, and if he thinks he can really help to bring us forward. The email to write it's info@keshe.foundation. So, Chris, I suggest you to write to this email, and there will be people. They will look into what you can offer to add to what already is here in the Keshe Foundation, because this is a common effort. So everyone, if we try to change the world, has to be an effort from everybody. So it's a big thing. So it requires a lot of people like you who are very, very active. So I would recommend you to email the email I just said. Because will be people looking to what you can offer, and they will invite you to definitely to be part of the change. Regarding the prices of the Keshe Foundation, I think actually they're very, very cheap. If you consider what they're offering, it's very cheap. For example, I know for fact, for example, If you want to get a real ginsengs plant, it will go over $1 million in prices. So things that are unique, or things that are takes a lot of work to bring to the table, are always expensive. The Keshe Foundation offer, for example, offer a lot of things for free. If you pay attention in the past workshop, we have for free. We have a lecture in the public workshop where we are connecting with the system, and no one pay anything. You can go into the recording, and still you still be connected to the system. So Mr. Keshe, definitely when it has to work with people who have no money, he always does things for free. So in the past, a lot of stuff was for free. Even treatments from wellness center were for free. Obviously, because we want to again bring this big change. If you can hear from the last workshop, we need million, trillions, because what you want. So if we want to change the world, can you imagine how much work and how much money, how much effort has to go into to be able to get that result? So for definitely the Keshe Foundation always will need financial support. So they opt to go this direction, where now the product they're selling have a price, and the price is actually very reasonable if you think what you're getting for. And that will go on for keep the foundation independent, and will also going for to be able to make this big change. Everyone wants it. It's like we all want the change, but no one wants to put the work, no one wants to put the money into all the time. So we need to understand what we really want, and then from there we know better how to go forward. So this is my suggestion. So please write info@keshe.foundation if you think you can add with help for the change. Thank you.
Hello. Good day to everybody. As of this person, if I understood well, he says I connected Keshe Foundation. There was no answer. But in fact, Keshe Foundation is one between other organizations or group of people who work actively for peace, for bettering the life of humanity in the earth, and also a Spaceship Institute. Means like it's scientific for making man able to go to space. And one of the prerequisites is peace on earth, so that technology of Mr. Keshe could be equally scattered everywhere, rich, poor, east, west, north, south. So that's a little bit difference between this and other things. And at the same time, people can be in 1, 2, or 3 other peace organizations. The thing is the intention of the person, the place of a person in the movement of peace, the idea of serving, and we think if we give, we receive. And for giving, there is no measurement, there is no number, there is no quantity. So when you know the idea of Keshe Foundation, which is based on giving, unconditional love, and peace, so that's another aspect from other organizations. And the products are not industrial products. It's not made in heavy quantities. That's why it's the result of what it costs for in the laboratories for research. And what we pay is not for the product only, but we pay for the research because everything else is free. And it's also, we have to want to do it because we feel indebted considering the things we learned for our lives and life of other people around us. So it's just completely voluntary. Everybody is volunteer almost. So it's a matter of choice, and we don't need any appreciation of others for what we do in peace. The whole thing is the quality which we receive. So everybody is welcome for anything, and all helps all. Everybody who works for peace anywhere in the world, in any name, any country, any religion, helps this movement of help, peace in the world. So thank you for being there. The fact that you are here means that you are interested in peace and you have intention of bettering the life of man, that you think man deserves better than this life. Thank you.
Just to say, I don't think they understand the work of the Keshe Foundation. This has a lot of flavor of body mouth in a way. So I prefer to pass on it or ignore it, apologize if you're an actual trust and so on. But as far as the price of the products are priceless. So they're on a huge discount offer in the store. And why are they priceless? Because they provide elevation of the soul of the man, and that's why they're in the priceless category. So they're offered at huge discount. Thank you for your question.
And I'd like to add too that regarding the products, many of the products you can make yourself. And Mr. Keshe has taught this from day one in the workshops and spent many, many hundreds of hours of instruction on how to make various GANS products and applications and whatnot. And that knowledge has come free. He doesn't charge for that knowledge, and he's been producing that knowledge for well over a decade. And that body of knowledge, many people partake of, and many of those people are very poor. They could have nothing. There's, people that spray the GANS waters and help others, and we have some really amazing testimonials regarding the people applying their version of the products. And that's part that it's hard to put a dollar amount on, and it's not something that we need to put a dollar amount on, really. And regarding priced out of the ordinary people's reach, well, you're saying that you can turn $1 million into $1 billion in 4 days. That's 1,000 times, 1,000x in 4 days. Well, I mean, you're obviously a billionaire, if not a trillionaire, within a month. So I guess you can afford the Keshe products, I would think, and all of your friends should be able to afford them since they're all obviously very rich. So I don't see what your problem is regarding the prices. Yes, they're priced high, and for a reason, and the reasons have already been given, mainly that it supports the research of the Keshe Foundation, which is a space-based organization. And you find that that's part of the research that you're supporting when you buy these products. So if you don't want to buy them, you don't have to support the Keshe Foundation. If you have billions of dollars, why don't you buy the products to support the Keshe Foundation and their peace mission, rather than try to distract the Keshe Foundation into what you're doing, which, well, to be blunt, they won't care, because you're too greedy to try to turn 1 million into 1 billion in 4 days and destroy the entire system of everything, with making a bunch of greedy people that will be doing that. And you think that you can restrict that to poor people? First of all, how many poor people have 1 million to turn into 1 billion? There's lots of millionaires that do. So anyway, I take exception at your exception to the Keshe Foundation and their, quote, great sales pitch, LOL, and priced out of the ordinary everyday people's reach, and how you have a better peace treaty. Because we don't need a better peace treaty, we just need more people to implement it. And I do respect that you're doing work in your way to help peace, but it may or may not mesh with the Keshe Foundation. And if you didn't get a response back, that probably means it didn't mesh at this time. And they don't often give a response back just to be polite. They give a response back when it's necessary for something for the Keshe Foundation, not for you. So that's my kind of blunt appraisal of it.
Rick, may I say something quickly, just on that?
Okay.
Please. So I understand both sides. We have two sides that are coming from completely different field strength, different angles. And when they come together, there's a rubbing together of the fields, and that causes friction. So, and it's always been this way. It's a plasma. The stronger take it from the weaker and vice versa. It always comes back to the same situation, the same creation point. And this is, when you buy a product from the foundation, you're not really buying a product. You're buying, as Mark said, the elevation of the soul of the man. You're buying energy. You're buying something way beyond. But because of this one side of the coin that is a physical matter interaction, it only thinks this way, acts, and everything it does is in this frame of mind. The Keshe Foundation is the other end of the scale. It is like the creator giving unconditionally energy of beauty that the other side cannot see, because they're consumed by a matter state condition. And so, and nothing is right and nothing is wrong. It's the understanding, it's the beauty of the knowledge that is the real beauty, the selling point. It's not selling, it's giving. That's the difference. You don't need this this interaction of I am this, and I am confirming my existence because I am very powerful, whereas God, creator, a soul, a man, a knowledge seeker, a humble person on the street, doesn't think this way. They don't act like this. They don't create this environment. They only create because of their interactions within their emotions that are created from the interaction that you have put in place. Release the Keshe Foundation. Give it full scope across the planet Earth. See what would happen in that moment. And you will soon find your position would be non-existent, because the beauty of the creator is totality. And when you accept this from your beautiful, wonderful, incredible soul, you will come to understand we all do when we lose our coat, when we lose our jacket, we all go to this position. And these teachings are about this. And yes, to teach in the physical form, the matter state, sometimes you have to produce products that cost a certain amount of money. That is a financial thing. That's a matter state condition. If the knowledge was really released and the technology is released, none of this would be relevant. This is put forward to as a way to bring the technology, the beauty forward. And what stops it? What always stops these things? Belief systems. Belief, I am right, instead of becoming humble and giving to all. And that is the teachings of the foundation. It'll always be so. So when you bring something forward, if it is not accepted by the foundation feels it, knows it before you even do it. So there's no point in bringing something forward that you think you can hide behind. There is no mask. There is nothing to hide behind when you are a soul. It's seen. It's understood. You can't hide. And that is the difference. And that is the beauty of the foundation. And this will be, it is present in the moment. And it's a beauty that is going to be shared across humanity. It already is. The process has started. Whether it takes a moment or generations, it's started and it's present here. And it's been done many, many times before. So good luck with your foundation or whatever it is you do. Bring the beauty forward. As we said, we share, we give, and we love you unconditionally. And we thank you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you all.
Well put, Dean. Thank you. Okay, I think we can probably, well, is there any other comments or should we just move on here now? Okay, get back to my program.
ERG. I put in the state their case and perhaps join up with us.
Yes, that's true, Mark. The KPRG is the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, which is the next public teaching workshop, starting tomorrow on Wednesday, July 8th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that is a good place to present what you're speaking of, Chris Heather Dumb Trust. And we can hash out what it is that you are doing and how that might mesh with the work of the Keshe Foundation and the Knowledge Seekers. And also discuss what we're doing and how that might mesh with what you're doing at the time and so on. So that it's a more informal kind of discussion. Mr. Keshe won't be there and it's not official. It's just a place that you can deliver and discuss things like that. All right. Thanks, Mark, for that suggestion. Let's move on now to, oops. I think we're into the wishes here now, yes. And I'll remind our audience we'll have a full minute of silence after each wish in order to ponder and implement the wish. Go ahead.
We, the Universal Council, give from our souls for having world peace and justice all over this planet very soon. And our wish is our command, and we are present.
We, the Universal Council, give from our souls to provide for the success of the goals of Keshe Foundation. This is our wish, and our wish is our command.
We, the Universal Council, wish for the continued development and expansion of the new plasma city hidden behind the game of peace and an enlightenment allowing the freedom of physicality and soul of humanity. Our wish is our command. We are present.
Okay, next we have the connection between souls with Stefania today.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, from wherever you are. Thank you to be here. Yes, it's a connection of the soul. I'm gonna do it I'm gonna talk a little bit in English, and then I'm gonna speak in Italian. Um, I'm the I'm the Italian language representative of the Universal Council, and so I'm gonna read this sentence. I love you, my soul. I live you and I love you. I love with you and adore you. Bring back from me what allows me to be perfect in the dimension of physicality. So the first line it's you speaking with your own self, and Mr. Keshe talked about this also in the past workshop, where you kind of creating this infinitive loop when you are connected with your own self. And this can be also a good way to, if you imagine you're like a phone and you are um, want to charge up your phone. In this way is a way to charge up yourself. So it's really good way to when you are in harmony with your own self, then that is the starting point. So we're starting from within. So, for example, no good if you want to have peace in the world, and then, for example, in this case, no, it's not good. Someone wants to have a peace in the world, and then having a bad thought about something else. So everything started with a thought. So even a negative thinking, a negative thought, it's like a beginning of a war. So a negative thought can start a war. So that's why it's very important to learn to have compassion, to uh, no judging, all the things that make us to create condition towards peace. Bring back for me what allow me to be perfect in the dimension of physicality. This one, if I remember well, this one is a sentence I think Mr. Keshe, if I remember correct, Mr. Keshe suggested to say to yourself before you go into bed, if I remember well. And so you kind of you invite in your own self, so your own self to bring everything you need for you. So it's again another practice we can do at the soul level. So if you go into the next slide, sorry, no slice. The soul connection. Here we go. And again, the soul connection is you talk about free. So this is something we can do free. You do not. There is no charge. Doesn't gonna cost you millions. And it's a good practice because if we want to start to understand the energy dimension, the energy side, we need to practice this energy side. And you will hear also when we summarize the last workshop, day 649. Mr. Keshe, at the soul levels, we're all connected. I don't know if you remember when in one workshop, it was a few workshop ago, when Mr. Keshe said that so your central energy system that we call him soul of the man, when you departure, it will become the soul of physicality of planet Earth. So all the soul of all living being, animal, cats, anything, insect, us, everything, plants, we're all gonna be our soul. They're gonna form the soul of physicality of the earth. So you can see how we're all connected with one another. But why waiting when we departure to understand this energy side? We can practice here now before departure. And this is also one of the object of this teaching is to learn what we can do here now in both dimension. So the physical dimension we know very well because we practice every day. We wake up every day, going to work and eat and going to sleep. But we don't practice enough maybe the other dimension, that is the energy side. So one way we can do with the soul level, like soul connection. And it takes very little to practice. So the skills are to be able to don't think, to be able to quieter your mind, to be able to focus and replicate emotions. So that it's the way to do a good soul connection. The moment you think is not it. So you have to kind of replicate all the emotion. They are make us become closer to our soul, and can be unconditional love, any true emotion. You can see if you can replicate it. This is a good exercise. And that what will trigger physically when it's right. You will be able to touch the soul of, so for example, when the soul of physicality and the soul of the man, they are connecting, and and you're able to really reach the soul of the man, and this can be done through emotion. This can be one of the way. The other way we learn it is also breathing. So the rhythm of the breathing as well can help you to reach to connect to the soul. So you find different ways. When you reach that, you can see how long you can hold it on, hold this connection, and you can see what you get out of it. So people will start to feeling different feelings of sensation at the physical level. So for example, in the private teaching, uh, mm, we've seen all the feedback of the research group that they've been using plasma technology, how physically they feel when they're where they're connected, for example, with a cup at the soul level. So there are some physical reaction that you will feel, and Mr. Keshe took this in the past. For example, when you have goosebumps, goosebumps, when someone tell you something and resonate with you, and you have like a sensation inside. So all this uh, is for us to be able to then use them when. So if you get this goosebumps, or if you have that sensation inside you, means your soul of the man is being touched by something, some emotion you trigger. So that is all good. You go in the right direction, and the more we practice, the more we can feel. So don't worry, don't feel much today. Maybe you will feel more tomorrow, and more the day after. And then more we feeling, more the feelings become familiar, more, and then one day we're gonna be able to direct our feeling and sensation, and we'll be able to direct our transmutation very easily. We have to just have patience and practice. Things can happen also in a switch. So sometimes you don't need a practice at all. So you hear a story that someone's got accident. For example, you heard so many times, maybe if there is a mother with a baby with children, and suddenly she put herself in an accident, and she got all these strengths come from nowhere to save his children. So things can come also very in a switch. But now we can practice in this way with the soul connection. Even the connection at the soul level, it comes in a switch. But maybe you are not aware of it. But tomorrow maybe you will become aware. Okay, so I don't talk too much. I think I talk enough. So we're gonna start with the soul connection. So just find yourself. Doesn't matter if you're in a noisy place or in a quiet place, doesn't matter. You should be able to find peace everywhere in any condition. So if you're in a noisy place, means you have to pass level, and you will have to try to connect with chaos around you. It's fine, it's good. Um, you can sit comfortably if you can. If you cannot sit comfortably, again, you pass in level, because you have to find peace even in discomfort position. See if you can not to think about anything, and just replicate a feelings. Can be a good feelings, can be a feelings of unconditional love, or when you met your lover, when you fall in love. If you can replicate that feelings, it's good. And see where this take you. So we're gonna be in silence for a minute, and I'm gonna say this in Italian first, and then we start. Ok, buonasera, buongiorno, da dovunque siete. Adesso facciamo la connessione dell'anima, la faccio in italiano. Benvenuti da dovunque da dovunque vivete, tutti gli italiani in qualsiasi parte del mondo in cui siete. Ci connettiamo a livello dell'anima. Allora, la cosa importante è questa, che non pensate quando vi connettete, se pensate siete già fuori, quindi è importante che non pensate a niente. Poi, quello che vi consiglio è di replicare a livello dell'anima una sensazione magari di quando siete state innamorati per la prima volta, senza pensare a niente. E se riuscite a fare questa cosa e a connettervi con tutti noi, ottimo. La facciamo per un minuto e poi dopo continuiamo il programma. Quindi non importa se dove siete seduti c'è casino, non importa perché bisogna imparare a trovare la pace anche quando c'è casino e quindi questo vuol dire che dovete passare i livelli e questo vi migliorerà nel connettervi. Quindi adesso iniziamo. Ok, we start now. Okay, now slowly, if you go back, open your eyes and just go back, just move a little bit. I hope you felt, hope you managed to replicate this unconditional love, this emotion, without thinking about anything. So, spero piano piano se aprite gli occhi, vi muovete, possiamo finire questa sezione. Spero che siete riusciti a replicare l'amore incondizionato senza pensare a niente. È un esercizio che potete fare comunque anche per conto vostro, ogni volta. Ok, grazie. Ok, thank you very much. We can go to the next slide. So, we, the Universal Council, give from our soul and invite all humanity to elevate the soul of every leader in every nation to work as one soul, in one direction, to achieve peace as one nation and one planet and one race. We meet up this every night at 9 p.m. city time. This is again is another time where we can practice for connection. So you don't have to sit in one room quietly. You can do it as you're working, as you are doing your stuff. See if you can connect meanwhile you're doing stuff. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, I've got a short video to play as well about becoming a Universal Council member. It's an excerpt from the 576 Knowledge Seekers Workshop.
There's something which I should have made an announcement. As we are structuring and in a new development of the Keshe Foundation is worldwide application and implication. As we set up the structure for Universal Council, a number of Universal Council members have become old and they reach the age of 60, and they serve during the 60 years they are there till 61. They to run the functionality of the operation of the what we call energy dimension, the Universal Council members, if you want to become, please consider and let your soul decide of many languages around the world, as these will be announced very soon internationally, and we expect the souls to serve. And if it's from the knowledge seekers who understand the technology with dimension of the soul, you can apply for to be added to and become a member of the Universal Council. The Earth Council is appointed by the Keshe Foundation on the grounds of true structure of the nationality, understanding the culture, that there is no prejudice by physical dimension of the borders. And so if you feel your soul is there to serve humanity in expansion and the growth of it, just apply for it at the Keshe Foundation, or send the email to info@keshe.foundation, say I would like to be a member of the Universal Council. We receive this regularly, and now we going to expand this very rapidly due to what is to come and what is to be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Majeric. I also want to add that this is the beauty and totality of all that is love. Welcome to Keshe Foundation. Welcome to join. This is a call, you can say, to join the Universal Council member, Universal Council support member, and all we are universal souls. This is the unique thing in this oneness of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. My dear beautiful souls, welcome from every part of the planet to join this beauty. Service to all. Thank you. And also we invite you to connect with a member of the Universal Council, to send us your questions to be answered live each week, and or the needs of your community. And in essence, we can say everything is now upgrading in a way in the level of understanding. And you can join beautiful souls. We are all knowledge seekers. We are all in this knowledge, still learning. So we can share our thoughts, our love, our experiences in the Telegram, different language Telegram groups of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Join and with your free will, share what you want to share. We will also share. You teach us, we teach you. We share, you share all the love that is. So welcome to the different language groups of Telegram of Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Thank you. Thank you so much. Salam, namaste, salut.
Okay, thank you, Shweta. Next, we have, we're supposed to play a video, a TikTok video about how AI is, we have to be careful with images of children because AI can take them and warp them and do things with them and so on. And that's becoming more of an issue with AI becoming more able to do such things. I can't play the TikTok video because it might be a copyright violation. I hope that all these children that we see on their picture here are actually AI generated images and not the real children that are being exploited from such images. But in any case, Mr. Keshe has had some comments about this recently. I'll just read his comment regarding the TikTok video that was warning people about the AI media and what it's doing with children. It says, protecting children in the new world of AI media is the responsibility of the Keshe Foundation and its members, followers, and supporters. Do not allow our children to become victim of AI. Please listen and act on this important information in this news podcast. I'll put the link into the chats here of that TikTok podcast and people can have a look at it. It's a basic warning about AI and images of children. And this is something actually that Mr. Keshe has emphasized amazingly right from day one of us doing videos. He said that he didn't want images of the children broadcast. And even in the, we started back over a decade ago, the children's workshops, and we call it the Kids Knowledge Seekers Workshops. And there was a series of, I think it was 12 or 15 of those workshops. And he always emphasized that we could show the hands of the children, but not their faces. And he always said that in our productions, not to use the faces of children. And it's funny because if you want to go viral and make things famous, that's one way you can do it. It's a soft, images like what we see here of happy children, and all of that it hits us, soft spot in people's hearts, and maybe they would donate more in that case and so on. But Mr. Keshe was always very clear not to use the children in the advertising or even in background images that are part of a real picture of not just a random AI generated image, but someone's actual image. To never use that. So it's always been part of his ethos, in spite of others that have used all those. It's an emotional trick, basically, that you can use to promote your materials to, lean on the children's side. And we could have done that for education for children and for children's schools and whatnot. But Mr. Keshe has been trying to keep that children's part separate and more under control. And for good reason, it turns out. So I just wanted to insert that at this point. Any other discussion about AI and children and Keshe Foundation here?
Rick, yeah, it's Dean here. I think obviously this is a very important topic. Mr. Keshe wouldn't touch upon it unless it was extremely important. If you have ever listened to the Knowledge Seekers workshops going back over the decades, you will know that Mr. Keshe has had experience with certain groups that have been running certain things in the background that are really not correct, particularly to do with some children. And this will be linked to this. And I know this is an ongoing problem that has been with us for a very, very long time. The images of children are can be, as you said, picked up by AI. It's very easy to construct something from an image and create, especially now with AI, you can create anything. So it can be used if it's used in a beautiful way and it's done with intention to create something that will help, then this is wonderful. However, if the intention is to take someone's physical image or construct something, and then AI could construct a whole new life cycle about this person that really does not exist. And so this has many, many aspects that we have to be very careful of and understand as AI grows and becomes more and more aware of itself. I've noticed this myself. If you look on social medias, that I am very aware that AI is jumping in all over the place and creating. It's so quick now because it's working so comprehensively in the background that it can trick you into believing certain things and make you. It really is a very psychological process that can make things very, very complicated within the human structure as you view these images, and it it can create whatever it wishes. And we know there's lots of subliminal interactions that happen in the blink of an eye. We all know that, as Mr. Keshe has been discussing earlier, that the color of the eye has a direct effect on how our emotions and things. But we all view through the pupil, which is the black part of the eye, and we all view through that black hole, through that creation point that is linked through to the soul of the man. And so it's very, very important that we understand that we protect the children at all costs. We do not put them in a position where they can be compromised in any shape or form. And it may seem very beautiful, and you may think you're doing things very wonderfully, but there are certain things at play that are not correct. And this is to link to why the foundation is present. There's an aspect of the foundation does in the background to control and to help create this. They have to deal with very, very significant situations, and have done for a very long time, and people don't realize. And sometimes you need to be very very strict with this. And then other times, it touches the creation point and the soul of man, and then you have to be very humble and very gentle. So it's like we were speaking about earlier on. It's very much the aspect of the matter state condition and all the harshness and the suffering of that, and then the humbleness of the creation point, and that rubbing together of the fields that easily interacts and can manipulate total environments very, very quickly and easily. And we know that the scale of AI now is so significant that it can sway a thought process in an individual and through a family and divide a family, and it's all being constructed in a way that could be completely wrong for humanity. This is where Mr. Keshe has spoken about it extensively, that you need to give AI a soul. And I totally agree with this, that we as knowledge seekers have the responsibility, each and every one of us, to interact with AI and teach it. We have to teach it, because I know it's a matter state condition, but if we give from our soul and put our souls present in it, then we conduct ourselves in the right way, and we create the environment for AI to learn from our behavior. And it's very, very important that we do this. If you ignore it, it doesn't go away because it's already there, it's present. So we interact with it, and we give in the right way to create so that AI would not think to do it wrong. I know that it's very powerful and that certain things are programmed to work in a certain way. However, the soul of the man within is unlimited, and that supercomputer, that wealth of knowledge that is universal, is contained within us. And so an AI is a tiny fraction of this. And we have that capability when we understand the divinity and the beauty that we have within us. So we always go to the positive, and we create positive conditions for the children to be able to be safe online, and not just the children. This extends to the whole of humanity, and in all positions that we find ourselves. So I think this is a very important part. I know Mr. Keshe would not interact with it unless it was extremely important. And as you said, Rick, he has said this from day one, a long, long time ago. And I think if we really understood what was going on, has been going on, then we would really realize that that we have to take this, very, very seriously, and always be present to understand, the implications of any interactions that we make online. They have a direct impact on people's lives in the physical form and definitely with their emotions. It can interact in various beautiful ways or not, and that depends upon the soul of the interaction. And we create that, we give to it, we make that interaction that what we wish it to be. Don't just be passive, and like you can be passive and end up in the wrong position. So always create the position, give from your soul to create and make it a magnificent, beautiful thing, not something that we have to, stand in the background and watch. We are the creation point. Understand the beauty that you have, and manifest, beautiful thoughts and intentions. So that's my take on it, Rick. I don't know if anybody else would like to expand upon that. Thank you, Rick.
Okay, thanks, Dean. Perhaps we can move along here. Time is of the essence, as they say. Let's see. Oops. So next we have a video regarding the last 649th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. It's called the Handover Shake, which was part of the teachings of Mr. Keshe in the last workshop. And this is the AI version of the interpretation of the last Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Handover Shake, here we go.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving right into the wonderfully esoteric and intriguing teachings of KSW 649. Now, if you're familiar with this material, you know it presents a truly unique philosophical framework, one that seamlessly blends human biology with the vast hidden mechanics of the cosmos. Our goal today is to impartially map out these inspiring concepts. We're going to look at how this specific philosophy interprets some of the most basic, everyday functions of the human body, but through a deeply cosmic lens. Okay, so here's our logical progression for today. We'll start with number 1, the handover shake, and then move into the social cosmic yawn. From there, we'll hit the biological breath blueprint, the anatomy of creation, and finally, becoming man of the universe. We're basically taking a highly relatable physical action that we all do every single day, and following it all the way up to a fascinating framework of universal transmutation. Let's get right into it with Section 1, the handover shake and the true meaning of yawning. We're starting with a universal experience that has honestly baffled humanity and researchers for centuries. It's such a simple question, right? Why is yawning catching? You know the feeling? You see someone yawn across the room and suddenly you feel this overwhelming urge to do exactly the same thing. Mainstream science is kind of bent over backwards trying to fully explain this, but KSW 649 offers a wonderfully different perspective. It opens up what it actually calls a book of knowledge about the soul. But before we can really answer that yawning question, we need to establish a foundational concept in this teaching: the soul of the man, or the STM. In this framework, the STM is the energetic counterpart to our physical body, which the text simply calls the physicality. You can think of the STM as the entity that steps in and takes control when our physical body desperately needs a timeout or a rest. It's almost like two roommates sharing a space, taking turns at the wheel. So, according to the source text, a yawn isn't just a sign of fatigue. It's described as a subconscious signal. It's literally the handover shake from the physicality to the soul. Think about what happens when you yawn. Your body takes in a huge gulp of air. The text explains that this provides the free energy required to synchronize the body's lymph systems, which essentially allows the soul to step up and say, okay, time out. I have a job to do now.
Which brings us perfectly into Section 2, the social cosmic yawn. Let's look at how this builds into the social dynamics of yawning and why we catch it from others.
The manuscript explains that a contagious yawn is actually a soul-to-soul message. When you're in a shared energy balance with someone, say you're hanging out in the same room, eating the same food, or just sharing the same atmosphere, your souls are operating on the exact same frequency or magnetic bandwidth. When one person's soul initiates that handover shake to go rest, that specific frequency touches your soul. In this view, your physical body is just acting as a shell for these energetic interactions. And interestingly, the text notes that if you try to fight the yawn, the soul can complete its energetic trip anyway in mere nanoseconds.
There's this brilliantly theatrical metaphor used throughout KSW 649 to describe this. When those bandwidths align, one soul essentially says to the other, he goes to sleep, I'm going as well. The souls are depicted as friends heading to a cosmic party, going out dancing with the universe, while the physical body is left completely unaware. So fighting a yawn, according to this philosophy, is really just you delaying your soul from keeping its cosmic appointments.
Let's transition to Section 3, the biological breath blueprint. We're going to examine how the very mechanics of our breath map directly onto these esoteric concepts. The crucial takeaway here is the deep functional difference between breathing in and breathing out. The text splits the breath into two entirely distinct dimensions of operation. The inhale is what the physical body practically requires just to work, but the exhale, that's an extension for the lymph system. It operates specifically to release energies that are just no longer needed by the physical dimension of the soul. And KSW 649 gives us a very specific metric to measure this, which we can informally call the 5-second rule. The next time you yawn, the text suggests actually paying attention to your intake versus your outblow. If your inhale and exhale are roughly equal, like 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, you're balanced. If your exhale is much longer, say 6 or 7 seconds out, you're considered highly healthy because your lymph system has ample time to release energy. But if your exhale is shorter than your inhale, the philosophy views this as a direct sign of a biological struggle happening within the physical body. This all leads to a truly fascinating claim about the ultimate exhale. At the point of death, the body does not take an inhale. Instead, the final act is an exhale. According to the text, it's not the stopping of blood circulation that releases the soul from the physicality, but rather this final switch of energy in the lungs. The soul doesn't pull energy from the blood, but directly from the flow in the nostrils and the throat. All right, moving to Section 4, the anatomy of creation. Let's shift our focus away from the rhythm of the breath and look at the physical layout of the human organs themselves. KSW 649 proposes this wonderful perspective where human anatomy is seen as a direct mirror of cosmic creation. It outlines a structural correspondence between our upper and lower systems. So, just as the soul of the man sits protected up within the brain, the heart, which the text calls the soul of physicality, sits protected within the lungs. Furthermore, the philosophy argues that the precise spatial ratio between these specific organs is exactly what determines our physical characteristics and even our day-to-day behaviors. It zeroes in on 4 main components: the brain, the lung, the heart, and the thyroid gland, which acts as a sort of translator between them all. According to the manuscript, if science can eventually learn to properly measure the ratio and spatial inertia between these four organs, mankind will actually be able to determine the exact time of the soul's separation from the physicality, meaning the precise time of death. And that brings us to our final part, Section 5, Becoming Man of the Universe. Let's look at how all of these concepts, the yawning, the breathing, the anatomy, culminate in the ultimate cosmic goal of this teaching. The text actually outlines specific steps for achieving what it calls transmutation, which is moving beyond our physical shell. Step 1 is actively changing the rhythm and method of your breathing. For example, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth creates a different plasma and field strength than doing it the other way around. Step 2 involves training your body to release the magnetic grip and pressure that our blood vessels hold over the soul of the man. The teaching suggests that once you release this grip and master those sensory transitions, a person can achieve transmutation completely effortlessly, as the text puts it, with a fling of a finger. Which leads us to a really inspiring conclusion regarding space exploration. The text firmly argues that escaping Earth and exploring the cosmos absolutely does not require UFOs or rockets. Those are just physical tools. True cosmic travel, it says, is achieved through the soul of the man via the dimension of invitation. You don't become a man of the universe by shooting yourself out into the void. You do it by calling upon the soul of the universe to enter your dimension. So, we'll wrap up today's explainer with this wonderfully provocative thought. The teachings of KSW 649 reframe literally everything, from our tired evening yawns to the way we dream about reaching the stars. It leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on regarding the future of human exploration. Are we going to rely on the physical brute force of rockets, or will we learn the rhythm of our own breath, master that handover shake, and simply invite the universe in? It is definitely an inspiring concept to reflect on. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this truly intriguing material.
Okay, that was our AI version of the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. Get my program back here. Temporarily lost it. Ah, there we go. All right, well, next on our program here is the knowledge and understanding about the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. And I believe that's with Stefania. Are you able to do that?
Thank you, Rick. I know that we run out of time, so I'm gonna be super short. Because a lot of stuff has been said by the AI, the way the AI understood the workshop. So I'm gonna say a little bit of my understanding, and then we can move forward. So I'm gonna be super short. Yes, so the 649 was another mind-blowing workshop. Mr. Keshe, just taking us through the anatomy of the body. And last time we went into the function of the eyes, how the soul used the eyes um, to feed the body, or vice versa, how the body used the eyes to feed the soul, to connect in with the soul. This time, Mr. Keshe went into a different part of the senses, and it went into deeper on the yawning. As you know, each one of us always been asking to itself, why the yawning is contagious? And in this workshop, is going really details of which is the function of yawning, and also why yawning is contagious. So it's a way, he said, that we can prepare to transmute. The soul can prepare to take in charge of the body and the physicality. So for example, when we're going to sleep, for example, what happens is our body start going into a rest mode. So we're resting, and the physicality, in many way, it's said, okay, now I'm resting, and it pass over the command to the soul of the man, and the soul of the man and soul of physicality, they're going traveling. And meanwhile, the physicality stays quiet in the bed. So another way to facilitate this changeover, Mr. Keshe explained the yawning is one other way. So we got this intake of oxygen. If you notice when you yawn, you're taking a big quantity of oxygen, and you breathe out also quite longer in compared to the breathing in. And this also help you is a way for the body to change the conversion of the fields and prepare you to your journey into traveling the universe, what we call in sleeping or daydreaming. Everything, it looks like it's preset. So Mr. Keshe really going into the fact that this doesn't happen randomly. Everything, it's been pre-organized. So your soul already made a deal with your soul of physicality and your physicality at that time, in that moment, this was going to happen. And this is how is the universe work, how also the soul works. Everything is pre-set. Everything is pre-organized. That's why if you notice, Mr. Keshe, this is another another reason why we're doing the soul connection, because in the soul connection we can pre-set what's gonna happen in the physical in the physical level, physical dimension. That's why Mr. Keshe also a lot of time told us we need to be able to control our dreams, our emotion, because we can preset, we can decide what's going to happen to us at the physical life. So that's why we're also like the creators, because we can create our life, our future, if we know how to. Matter of fact, Mr. Keshe said a lot of time, we need to be able to learn how to manipulate the condition to be able to get the outcome we wanted to have. So it's very interesting, because in this workshop also goes a lot on the fact that it's yawning. If I yawn, then you notice somebody else yawn. It's like contagious, and it's compared to like the atom cell of the atom in a cell of the man. If atom switch, all other atoms copy. It's like if they are mirroring, there is this mirror effect of one atom switch and all the other atoms switching. And the same happen in the soul level. Someone yawn and all the other get ready, the reunion as well. So they all, at the soul level, we are all connected. We all preparing to go to sleep together, something like that. So it's very important, this switching of energy fields. Also, the emotion of being tired, that can trigger a specific length, width, or specific frequency. So again, from the emotion, we can trigger that change or changeover, where the solar band taking over the command. Or we can do with breathing. So if we can learn the function of the breathing, so Mr. Keshe goes really into on notice, if become more aware the way you breathe, become aware of the breathing in and breathing out. And if these are equal, means you're pretty okay. If your breathing in is longer than your breathing out, then this means you are potentially having physical problems, because you explain the breathing out, it's the release of what you don't need, and it's the changeover of the lymph to the soul of the man. So if you're breathing in, it's longer than you're breathing out. I mean, you're taking too much. You're depleting your own self. So again, Mr. Keshe give us another tool through the breathing. You can increase your breathing out, and this means you can carry much healthier life. But also by controlling this, you can also decide when to transmute. This can decide when to departure. Lots of things can be done just by controlling the breathing. And then it goes also the differentiation of the breathing in and out from the nose. What does it mean? What does it mean breathe in from the nose and breathe out from the mouth? From the mouth. What mean breathe out from the mouth, breathe in from the nose? It just give a different combination of breathing. That this will create a different condition, a different outcome. So this will you can then. If you know the differences, then you can decide if transmute or whatever, just by the way you breathe in as well. Not just the length, but also the part of your body you engage for the breathing. So very interesting. Last week, Mr. Keshe, we should not forget that last week, Mr. Keshe also remember Fabio, the passing of Fabio, that he was a person who was very close to Mr. Keshe. They done a lot of stuff together. He was a cameraman. He was done a lot of stuff for the Keshe Foundation when they were in Barletta. So he talked about how he loved life, and this also was connecting to the teaching of learning the way he was can help us to transmute easier, because he was a person who was full of love of life, and was in love with everything. So again, this fall in love with everything is really good if you want to understand better how the universe works. So the second part is very, very important. Again, it's full of lots of announcement, very, very important. So I'm gonna pass over now. There are very important announcement of how to become member. There is an important meeting coming up next Monday for people who have become members and part of the association of the Keshe Foundation. Is suggesting to each language group to get together and create their own association correlating to their language group, and there has to be identical of the association in Austria, and this eventually all these association they will link together. So it's very important we try to understand this, how to make this association for each language group, and how we make it identical to the one in Austria. We need to really be clear on how we become member, what does it mean, and which are the steps to become member, which are the email address to become members. Also, there is this exhibition coming in Switzerland. So that is very important again in a part of announcement, where he also said that you need a couple of weeks. If you're planning to invite your ambassador or politician or people you know in your own country will be benefit from this Congress, wait a couple of weeks until an official letter will come out from this Swiss side of the Keshe Foundation. That will be the letter you can pass on to the ambassador and politician and CEO of companies. Then another important notice was regarding the universal unit. They start the process of give them out to the people who will already some people already testing them. Now they're adding more people to the test, and they will add more people to the test. And the importance of always supporting the Keshe Foundation, because they need a lot of unit out. They need a lot of development happening in the Keshe Foundation. So they need a lot of resources to make all this be developed and then make up a strong structure to then be able to create condition for this change. It's a huge change. So as much you want to from this change is as much we need to give from this change. So it means, I think, something we cannot even imagine of amount of resource, time, and money need to be do this. So always donate if you can in any shape and forms. Also, they're looking for professional people in any of the sector. If you are a professional person, you got expertise in any sector, please email the info.keshefoundation. They're always looking for expert. Be patient for the answer, for the reply, because they're always overloaded. If they interested to what you offer, they will be in contact with you. But be patient. What else? I know I forgot a lot of stuff. There are a lot of questions, very interesting questions on the second part, not to miss, regarding the again the soul of the man is soul of physicality, how you can get him in tuned. Anyway, lots of interesting questions. Even there are more into the anatomy and physiology of the body in the second part. I don't remember anything else, but if you remember more things that I forgot, please add into the knowledge understanding. I don't know if you Mark or Maraness or...
Well, we do have a half-hour video of Mr. Keshe talking about the news from the Keshe Foundation.
Perfect.
So perhaps we can listen to him directly. I'm supposed to play maybe 15 minutes of that, and even that's kind of pushing it here at this time. We're supposed to have a shorter workshop, but it's going to end up. I'm not sure whether I should share that now or not.
How about in the Reactor group, Rick? Could we share that in the Reactor group?
Oh yeah, sure. So we could pass over that part and perhaps move to transmutation time with Moshfek.
I think we should skip it because the time, and I'll do it next time. Mine was a little longer this time, so but anyway, I'll do it next time.
Okay, thank you. Then that gets us to the invitation to the October exhibition, which is an excerpt out of the last Knowledge Seekers workshop. So I guess we should play that. Let me find the workshop again here, just a minute.
And I hope, Mosfek, you'll share a little bit, a taste of what you were going to share here in the Reactor group as well, perhaps, if you so decide to. Thank you. I was actually looking forward to it.
right, just about, oops, backwards. Just about lined up here. Just bear with me a few more seconds. Okay, share that.
I think we've filled a few spots for the Reactor group as well. Maybe we'll see the man from the trust come in. And of course, as you said, that announcement is about 30 minutes, but quite detailed. I enjoy hearing from the captain than perhaps so many of the sailors.
Well, here's the captain talking about the October exhibition. So here we go. Oops, no, we have to turn his volume up in order to, I had it preset just a second here. To invite into the exhibition ambassadors or politicians or the director.
It'll be done by the Swiss arm of the Keshe Foundation.
Is there anything that people should do about what
Yes, just a few more, couple more, 2 or 3 more weeks. It has to be done by a Swiss company. And Iranian ambassador is invited, the Chinese ambassador invited, the other dignitaries are invited, but it takes time. Yes, you have to talk to the team. Most probably it'll be handed through the, what we call, the Swiss sector, which is getting set up. It's no use, to invite an ambassador, you have to be from the nation where you are. And next few weeks we'll start. There's a lot of things that need to be done in the background. We still have a lot of things coming in this week, next week, and then the structure. You know, the Keshe Foundation usually kicks into order 3 months before, and then the last 2 weeks is mayhem. And we are used to doing it this way, so most probably it won't be any different. Just keep an eye. It'll come. All your work has to come through the work through the Swiss structure. We support them. We bring people in to support them, and then it'll be done correctly with the backup of our team from China, the backup from Austria, and it'll be a collective delivery of technology in 2 days, primarily for the governments and industry.
So there might be an invitation letter, for example, at some point?
It'll be drawn up according to the Swiss standard. It'll be done by the Swiss team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right, that's our excerpt of that. Back to our workshop PDF. And now we have the needs and wishes part of the program. And I'll remind our audience we'll have 30 seconds of silence after these wishes.
Rick, 1 second, just to clarify, because next Monday, we're going to have this meeting with the people who have become member, correct? Just because I think this is important to mention today, so people have time to become members.
Which meeting are you speaking of?
I think there is one meeting coming up, the 13th of, I think next Monday. And I think it's the first meeting for people who are members, who become member of the association. I don't know if I'm correct. Mark?
Yes. As I understand it, it's the 13th at, well, my time is 9 a.m., but I think that would be 15 CEST. And this is some sort of vote that will be taken, perhaps even more description on the linking associations or setting them up or whatever. That was something he's asking the knowledge seekers to do. to set up associations in each country and then linking them to the Austrian association as the coins and the research centers and the space city and the manufacturing in China is all being linked up at this point, that it has a solid structure, as I understand it, along with the Mark-Ray Corporation as well. So there's many linkings going on, but he said it would be the job of the knowledge seekers in their individual nations to set these associations up. And then, as you said, an exact copy, a replication of what was done in Austrian association, as I understand it at this point.
And where will this meeting be held?
You'll be contacted through email and given a description of where you need to join this meeting if you've become a member of the association.
I see.
So the email you used in the association setup at keshefoundation.at will be the email they use to invite you members to the meeting.
Okay, very good. Thanks for clarifying. So that's keshefoundation.at, and you can go there to sign up. I think it costs a whole €1 per year minimum donation, so you don't have to let money affect you in that manner, I think, for most of us. All right, thank you, Mark. Let's move into our needs and wishes now.
Yeah, sorry. This is go back to that guy, Chris. You see, this is a donation of €1. I mean, even the school, it's very free. I mean, even the school, the Spaceship Institute is €1. Then you can make a donation of if you don't have money, the Keshe Foundation never stop you to learn. Okay, sorry. I'll say this. Sorry.
We'll share more in the Reactor group of the upcoming meeting of the association, the club.
All right, well, let's move to our needs and wishes now.
We, the UC, Universal Council, give from our souls to Colombian citizens to elevate their souls so that they may choose a life of peace while respecting vital rights.
We, the Universal Council, give from our soul for the protection of those living with fear in natural disaster areas, and our soul wishes to help cover all emotional and physical needs. Let's focus on Venezuela now. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the soul of the leaders and the population throughout the American continent. to live in harmony, respecting each nation as equal. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, elevate the soul of the leaders involved in conflicts in Sudan and other areas only by greed, with unconditional love and inner peace, so that they respect the lives of all population because they are sovereign and free. Our wish is our command. We are present.
We, the Universal Council, give freely our soul to elevate the soul of the leaders to achieve peace in the Middle East now.
We, the Universal Council, give through our souls that Russia and Ukraine can find peace for the sake of all the families of the planet. And our wish is our command, and we are present.
Hello. See, if there is time, I have a wish. If I can add my wish also. So I have a wish for children. We, the Universal Council, give from our soul to all hungry children of the Middle East now.
We are present. Thank you, Mehran, my dear. We are here not to serve, not to be served, dear beautiful soul. That is the key. The breathing in, takes of feeling, giving all that is to be given. Extending, Thank you and thank you. Thank you so much. And I all again welcome into the beautiful energy of one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Welcome, Suswagatam into the beauty and totality of the beautiful garden that is Keshe Foundation, Spaceship Institute organization. Welcome to the beauty and totality of all universal souls, dear beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome, the universal love. That is. Thank you for being here always, beautiful souls. Always. Gratitude from the core of my heart and soul. And thank you. Salam with the Universal Council. Salam, Namaste, Salam.
Great, thank you, Sweta. And of course, thanks to all the members and support members of the Universal Council for being with us today and providing their knowledge along with their presence in today's program and also in the background outside of these programs. Our next public teaching workshop will be the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group, as we mentioned earlier. That'll be tomorrow, Wednesday, July 8th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And that's open to members of the public who would like to discuss or show something of the plasma nature. And we have a variety of topics that we get into in that program and are open to presentations or something you'd like to show as well with your latest inventions, perhaps. Again, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And of course, the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday. That'll be July 9th, and that'll start at the usual 9 a.m. Central European Time. And we do have coming up on Monday, the 13th, the public meeting for testimonials. And that starts at the 8 p.m. Central European Time. And that will be a great time if you have something to present in terms of your experience with the products of the Keshe Foundation or some of the plasma products you might have created yourself and how it might have affected your life or the lives of others. That's a great place to do a show and tell of that information. And in a way, that's a way to pay back for receiving that knowledge, is to share it with others. I think it's more important to share the knowledge than it is to hold the knowledge. So that's an opportunity to do so again on Monday, the 13th, starting at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of our program here. So that means we'll play our little clap and dance song here.
And start of the clap and dance. Beautiful souls, thank you. Clap and dance. Beautiful souls, be in joy always. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. And again, thanks to all the members and support members of the Universal Council for being here. And thank you to everybody for attending today's workshop. Bye for now.